Ooh, Bad Larry.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bad Larry Kingdom. I'm your host, Bad Larry, and in this episode, we are continuing the Inferno series with part 9, found in the Avengers number 298, dated December 1988. This issue is written by the usual artist for X Factor, Walter Simonson, which is obviously why most of the recent X Factor issues we've covered have had guest artists. And this issue was drawn by John Buscema. On the cover, we see old Edwin Jarvis smacking some sort of robot with his cane, with the focus stating that Jarvis is the Last Avenger. I wonder what that's all about. Let's find out. The title of this issue is Disaster, which I believe is a bit misleading, or at least inaccurate. This issue, as you will find out, is about true heroism, courage in the face of true danger, and also a love story. None of those concepts scream disaster. This issue should be titled The Last Avenger, or The Heart of an Avenger, or A Hero Finds Love, or something like that. But I get it. These people who are put under the fire to produce pages, and in a time crunch, not all the pages are 10 out of 10 winners. What I do want to point out is this beautiful art. Look at the detail, the cross-hatching, the movement, the composition. It's a beautiful page, even without color. I feel like I keep getting clickbaited by my own self. Last episode was the Fantastic Four, but was more like the Fantastic Three. And now in this episode, I'm all excited for the Avengers, except the Avengers have apparently disbanded. What the heck? I promise I'm not reading way ahead. I'm not trying to clickbait anybody. But here we are. A story with old Edwin Jarvis as the main character. Jarvis has moved back in with his mother now that there are no more Avengers and he's out of a job. And she is the polar opposite of his classy demeanor. He reads the paper, is cool, calm, and collected, while she's watching wrestling, cursing, and kicking the TV like old cotton-headed ninny muggins. How did he become so cultured when his mom is a clear bogan? The TV goes out, the phones are down, so Jarvis takes to the streets to the TV repair shop, but no luck. All the repairmen are out on jobs. Apparently all the TVs in the city are out. Jarvis doesn't want to head straight home. He heads to the Metropolitan Museum via the subway. But the subway goes on the fritz. Before we continue, I just want to remind everybody, it is hot as hell in New York City, okay? Everybody is sweating their tuchus off. And my man is out here in a full suit, what is that called? Some kind of bowling hat, a bow tie. He is dressed to the nines. He is not letting the people see that he's hot. It seems to be unaffecting him. And you'll see later everybody else is in tank tops and complaining about the heat. But this guy is too cool and too committed to his attire to let the heat cause him to change his ways. So that's pretty cool. So he saves a lovely young lady from falling, saving her life. I like this story. A man of no particular apparent strength. A regular middle-aged man being a real-life hero and a gentleman. In a comic such as the Avengers, where we get to see regular feats of impossible strength and bravery from the likes of Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, etc. It's nice to see what regular human heroism looks like, and this is it. And when the briefcase man gets shocked by the third rail, he refuses to allow the crowd to panic. He shows what true leadership looks like in a crisis. Keeping calm, keeping everyone else calm and orderly, allowing for everyone to make it to the surface safely, and looking sharp as attack in the process. I never really gave Jarvis a second thought, but much like Batman's butler Alfred, Jarvis has learned these heroic and leadership qualities from the best. Gloria Garson here rewards old Jarvis with a sweet little smooch on the lips, catching him way off guard. Instead of taking advantage of her, He bids her a adieu and moseys on his merry way. He still wants to visit the Met to clear his head. These 2 pages have 2 cameo Easter eggs. The first is the gentleman on the bottom left with the brown beard and the white tank top, explaining to Jarvis that the Met is closed. This character is none other than Dr. Jim Powers, the scientist and father to the Power Pack kids. And on the right-hand page, the young man reading the paper who helps Jarvis use his cane to thwack away the falling bricks, saving the woman and her kid, that is none other than the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man Peter Parker. And that is not the last super cameo appearance we see in this issue. We've seen this situation unfold in multiple comics. Exterminators, Uncanny X-Men, X-Factor, where the phone is demonically possessed. Jarvis deals with this particular payphone and saves the civilian by feeding the phone quarters. Smart fella. Jarvis knows now there is an issue in the city and he needs help. He cleverly stands at the cord's length so the phone cannot strangle him, and threatens the phone to cut it down if it doesn't complete his call. On the bottom right, we see a strange, almost ominous fellow in a trench coat and hat, covering all the discerning human features. We don't know if this figure is friend or foe. I do love how the writers and artists have always drawn characters who are trying to disguise themselves in a trench coat and a hat. We saw that with The Thing, and even in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, where Raphael uses the same disguise to walk the streets of New York City. At this point, you should assume anyone in this outfit is trying to hide. Wait a second, what is this guy carrying in his right arm? I just noticed it in this second look of the issue. It's a dead giveaway of who it could be. Honestly, Jarvis calling someone for help, who would he actually call? Go ahead. You know the answer. The hidden figure mystery man is in some sort of base of operations when a robot comes to life and shoots a laser beam at him. His reflexes are too fast. The mystery man grabs a disc-like object to shield the laser from hitting him. I wonder who carries a shield that Jarvis knows, who is clearly a superhero. You know who it is. Oh, now Old Maid is throwing the disc-like object with such strength and precision that it destroys its target and bounces perfectly back to the thrower. But that shield looks weird. But the mystery man got Jarvis's message before destroying the machine. As Jarvis waits to meet with the mystery man carrying a shield, he hears screaming and yelling for help. Does he wait? No, Jarvis is still a hero, a human hero, a man of action, the Last Avenger. It's the same gal from before, Gloria Garson. Now she's trapped between 2 cars looking to smoosh her. 2 muscle-bound blokes are trying to help her, but are useless. They don't realize the vehicles are possessed. Jarvis does. Knowledge is power, people. Jarvis uses his specially designed super strong shafted, no diddy, umbrella to smash the headlight of the car, sending it backwards, just enough to rescue the poor gal. This is the second time Jarvis has had to save this lady today. Has she been following Jarvis? Yep. She's done prowling the bar scene. She has her sights set on Jarvis, and like a cougar aims to secure her prey. She seems significantly younger than Jarvis, though, but hey, she's after him. He's single. Looks like a great story to a start of a lovely romance. Imagine telling people how you met your wife or husband. Their story would be the best for sure. Oh no! The green car, the one Jarvis used his umbrella to smash the headlight, has fully transformed into a killer robot car monster! It is mad that Jarvis busted its eye out and is looking for revenge. Imagine being a man trying to fight an actual 2-ton car. Terrifying. Jarvis's fencing skills are a little rusty, but he needs to dodge. Get it? Dodge, car, dodge. Anyway, as this possessed robot car is hurling the car at Jarvis. Again, put yourself in Jarvis's shoes. Terrifying. Jarvis expertly dodges the car as it careens into the brick wall. Remember, Jarvis isn't a spring chicken here, which allows the evil robot to grab him up. Jarvis tries once more to attack the eyes, which worked before, but he doesn't have his umbrella. His hands are just not strong enough. All the while, the robot is squeezing the life out of him. It's too much. Jarvis passes out. But the mystery man bops the robot with his shield, saving Jarvis and diverting its attention to him. Jarvis is alive, barely. The mystery man goes toe-to-toe with the robot, calmly talking through all his tactics. The man grabs the shield and the robot tries to mimic him by grabbing a manhole cover from the street. But the mystery man is clearly much more skilled in the fighting style of throwing shields. I mean, you know who this guy is by now, right? The shield wallops the robot, and the mystery man reverts to using his fists against the demonic robot. The man is clearly a superpowered person. No regular guy can punch out a metal robot with just his fists. Not strong enough. But this mystery man has the quickness, the power, the strength, and endurance of, like, a super soldier. The final punch knocks the demon energy from the vehicle and it reverts back to a normal beat-up sedan. We see Jarvis run to shake the mystery man's hand, calling him, quote, "Dear Captain." Yep, it is that Captain. I do like that it was him who Jarvis made his phone call to, the true leader and best Avenger. And while I am familiar with this suit being worn by U.S. agent, this is indeed Captain America Steve Rogers using this particular costume because the Avengers disbanded and I guess he couldn't wear the regular Captain America costume for a while, technicalities and such. When he was done with this outfit, it was then later that U.S. agent John Walker adopted it as his own. But be assured, I researched this issue up and down. This is indeed Captain America Steve Rogers. Jarvis is a bit humbled by the presence of Captain America after all he's done today, and his feats, and seeing glory fawn over Captain America and his awesomeness has put Jarvis back into his place. But as Cap leaves, Glory assures Jarvis she was just fangirling over the Cap, but still has her eyes firmly on Jarvis. She knows what she wants, and it's old Blue Eyes Jarvis. The first time I read this story, I was bummed because, like anyone buying an Avengers comic, I want to see the regular cast of Avengers. Captain America, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Thor, Hulk, the cool ones. Like I said before, I just thought Jarvis was like an NPC, a way in the background supporting character, barely an afterthought. But when I read it a second time, I came to really appreciate Jarvis's heroism, his leadership, his chivalry and calmness under pressure, his loyalty to his team, and realize this issue is like a training guide for young men. And it's also a love story with Glory never giving up on the possibility of love and finding it with Jarvis. So I give this issue an A. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And stay tuned for the next episode where we dive into how Spider-Man is dealing with this Inferno scheme. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button as it shows support for the channel, and I'll see you real soon. Peace.